Hey, we're talking about new upcoming sequels up next on Geek Out SA. And welcome back to Geek Out SA. It's Friday and we're having fun.
Yay! Fun! It's so fun! Oh my god!
So, sequels. Who needs a sequel?
Nobody.
Yes, we
all
all
of the
need
sequel
sequels.
movies
Yes, we
stink.
love
No, they're
sequels.
terrible. We hate them.
Yes.
They're awful.
Not all of them.
Name 3 that are good.
Lethal Weapon 2 and 3.
Superman.
Matrix 2.
Superman 2.
Superman 2.
All the 2s.
All the 2s. The 2s are good. It's when you get to the 3s. 4s,
Lethal
5s,
Weapon-
6s,
Lethal
7s,
Weapon
8s,
was
and
good.
9s.
Lethal Weapon was good.
No.
I don't remember which one was which. So obviously it wasn't that great.
No, the third one in Lethal Weapon was good.
What was the second one about?
Same thing the first one was about.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember them.
It's alright, well, you'll be able to relive it because they're actually doing another one.
Die Hard.
Now, Die Hard I'll have to agree with. I pretty much liked every Die Hard.
No. The
Yeah?
last couple are awful.
No, I liked
No,
them.
I liked it.
Yeah, no, I liked them.
Yeah.
No, I liked them a lot. Yeah.
Hey, Jay Miller is watching.
Hey,
Hi!
Jay! Hi, Jay!
Long time no see.
Long time no see. So, sequels, I think it depends, right? There are a lot of movies that have ended and I thought they needed a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ones that I saw, because you said we were going to talk about some upcoming ones, one of the ones that I saw that supposedly they're working on is Aleta, Battle Angel the Second. And I don't know what they're going to title.
That open big time to...
Am I too loud?
No, you just killed your mic.
Oh, I guess I ran out of batteries.
Do you need batteries?
I do. It said it was halfway. I bet you can hear me through Vincent's mic.
Okay.
Barely.
I'll use my teacher voice and I'll project.
So, sequels. So name some of the sequels that, one of my favorites is like the Die Hards. Well, Die Hard 2, I don't think I'd liked as much as the rest of the Die Hards. Matrix 2,
Well, I like
Matrix
Die Hard.
3, Matrix
4 is coming.
is coming.
Matrix 3.
Matrix 3, no,
That was a mess.
that had a problem with it. I had a problem with the ending. It was just kind of like he gave up.
Matrix 3 was a little rough, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little tough.
It's like they were like striving for it. But he's agreeing to do another one.
So we'll see how they wrap it
So-
up. Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're talking about sequels, what about John Wick? Every single one of those was good.
The third
was
one.
great.
The third one was a little not great.
I like the third one.
It was a little too excessive. I
think
liked
it was
it.
supposed to be.
I
that
liked it,
excessive.
but not as much as 1 and 2.
Yeah.
The second one was good, though. Granted, the second one was good. So when it comes to a sequel, that's really good.
Vincent Guzman Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's from Pop Culture Geekery. Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. And who was in there? Jean-Claude Van Damme was in there.
Nice. I would say the second Indiana Jones was good.
Yeah.
By the time we got to Crystal Skull, not so great. Could have done without that. There were some funny moments in that one. There were
Yeah.
some good moments. I really
it
liked.
was okay.
Yeah.
It's just it didn't follow.
It didn't really get to
The
us the
rest
way
of
the
them.
first few got
Yeah.
to us. Yeah, but I thought for the first few they did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a sequel I could deal with. I was trying to think. My brain just went kind of blank right before this show. I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about all these things. And then my brain went, I was trying to think of some sequels that I really, really, really disliked. that like didn't do the franchise any justice.
You were just talking about it earlier, what you really, really dislike that you didn't wish they made anymore.
Well, but I don't like the original movie, so I don't know that I'm a good judge of that. Because, like, I don't need a Fast and Furious 9 because I didn't need a Fast and Furious 1.
We need a Fast 9.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing ever. I mean, it's about cars.
Oh, that's
and
super
it's
cool.
Geeky.
How is that geeky? Because Vin Diesel's in it and he plays
because
D&D?
of the technology that they use.
Technology.
It's about as geeky, comic book geeky movie as you can get, because all the characters never die, they always come back.
It's true. That's true. Nobody ever gets really hurt, and you've got all of these ridiculously muscly guys like The Rock and Jason Statham.
Geekery says T2, Aliens, Empire Strikes Back.
What? Is he saying those are good?
I hope you're saying those are all good.
Please explain, because if you're saying that Empire's not good, we're just gonna put our mics down and come over there and punch you in the throat ourselves.
Again, second in the sequel. Usually the second one is they improve on the first and just add a little bit more, and then again when you get to 3.
Well, it depends. So I find when it comes to animated movies, especially like Disney movies, the second one is no bueno. Like, Little Mermaid 2, stop. Lion King 2, horrible. Like, the second one's not good.
Well, that's Disney. Disney tend to flog the...
Yeah, flog the dickens out of movies.
Flog the dickens out of their animated movies. They do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah.
Well, some of them I liked, like The Brave Little Toaster, I liked. I liked Toy Story 2. I didn't really love Toy Story 3, and I haven't seen Toy Story 4. But again, here we go with 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Like all the Jason movies. Oh my god. It just goes on, and then Jason's in space.
How can you not like Jason in space?
No, it's lame. It's really stupid.
But it was much better than when he was in Manhattan.
I don't like that either.
And then Jason versus Freddy?
Nope, hated it. No.
That was kind of stinky.
Yeah, they're awful.
You know what the problem is? The movie studios tend to want to cash in on these things. And this is why sequels came about. Because if you look at the history of sequels, it's usually to cash on something that people like. Because most of your original sequels, which were most of the horror ones and the King Kong ones, they were just brought out to cash in on the public's like of it. And usually the second one stunk.
Yeah, and a lot of the times you can't get a sequel to something that's like a cultural icon but didn't make a lot of money in the theaters. Like some
Leprechaun.
of us...
Leprechaun, there's been 5 sequels to that.
Yeah.
I know.
And one of them was in space. Actually, there's been 6. They've started to redo them. We're going to have to watch that one.
Yeah, well, now we have to, because you have to watch the horrible things.
Well, come on. What do you think about Nightmare on Elm Street? Because the sequels are pretty good.
Some of them were okay, and some of them were not. So I think it just depends. I think the further out you get, I think Stuart's right.
Oh yeah,
the further...
Pop Culture Geekery says good.
Oh, good. Yes. Good. Okay. Yeah. I was like, excuse you, sir.
The problem again with sequels and having so many of them, usually, again, as human beings, we do like familiarity and having stuff repeated.
Yeah.
So usually when you get up to 3s and 4s, you're expanding it, and sometimes you can expand it too much. Like again, in some of these horror films, you don't need to explain why something's happening. When you do explain it, all the mystery's gone. It's like,
yeah, right, and then it's not as fun.
So there's either that, or they go completely a different direction and try and refresh it, and it either fails really miserably, or it works semi-decently.
Super fresh.
Yeah.
So one of the keys is not make everything happen in space. So that's going to be a no. So that'll be Fast and Furious, Elon Musk in space.
That might happen.
Yeah. No,
you
that's...
realize that might happen.
I would like some royalties from that because that was my idea first. Okay, I'm just saying.
They'd been talking about that for a long time.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is stupid. I can't deal with it. I can't. Now, do you
Fulgur says Evil Dead 2 was better than original. Evil Dead
2 was pretty great.
Yes.
Evil Dead 2 was pretty great. Yeah, that one was pretty great.
It was kind of the same movie, just redone. For the sequel.
Well, again, usually by 2, they're refining the craft. They go back and they tweak a few things here and there and make it better.
Yeah.
But like.
So do you consider things?
He says Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was good.
And Spider-Man 3.
Which Peter Parker are we talking? Which actor?
Doesn't matter. They're all going to come back.
But which Spider-Man 2 was good? Like which actor? Tobey Maguire.
I think so. I thought the second one was good.
Andrew Garfield was good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I think both of those were okay. Oh, sorry. I'm really tired. I'm teacher tired. It's that kind of teacher tired time.
Earth Wars, the CBC Empire is grounded.
Never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Well, are there any movies that you felt like should have had a sequel but haven't?
Hundreds of them. You can go first, Colleen.
Okay, so one of the ones I was thinking about when we were talking about this topic was I really love Chappie. Loved Chappie. Yeah. And they kind of ended there where his consciousness is out there. I would have loved to have seen a second one of those. And then I never remember if it's the same director or not, but it feels like the same field, District 9.
Yeah.
Same, right?
It's the same.
Yeah, same.
Again, that's supposedly happening, but he hasn't got around to it.
But that would be another one that I just thought would be great to see what continues to happen in that universe. So those were the top 2 that I was thinking that I was like, oh, it's been a long time since I've seen.
Titanic.
Shut up.
There is actually a Titanic 2. That's not official.
They find Leo's like bloated dead corpse. So the necklace is like no.
Didn't,
gross.
Before Blade Runner 2049 was made, somebody made a Blade Runner 2. I think C. Thomas Howell was in it or something like that.
I don't know.
It was like super B movie, straight to video.
But that's the kind of thing that you'd want to see is more Blade Runner.
I like those C movies, B and C movies, big time.
That's your jam. So what about you? What is something that you saw that you thought, this can't possibly be the end? Like, I'd like to see something else happen with it. And then it just never came to fruition. Or is there something that we saw when we were, like, younger, maybe, that you'd like to see those characters revisited maybe in our age or something like that? Because didn't they do that teaser? It was a commercial for a product, but it's E.T., and he's come back.
Yeah, that everybody was saying, oh, we don't want a second E.T., and then they brought that commercial out, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, I would totally do that if
he just jogged my mind, but yes, I agree with him. Pop Culture Geekery says The Last Starfighter should have been a sequel. Yes, they should have had a sequel
to that. I forgot how that one ends. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it. I forgot how that one ends.
Well,
although
he's still out there.
He's still out there, right? Although now that he said that makes me kind of think of Flight of the Navigator too. I would love to see like the ship. Compliance, like I love the ship, and I would love to see the ship like come back, and maybe it's tried to get another human and it thinks it's got it like down, but it doesn't, and just to kind of go, through that again, but with some modern humor. I don't mind some of these reboots, maybe, or maybe it's a sequel where the ship has something and it needs help and it comes back and gets the boy, but he's a grown-up man now and he needs him to go and like help him. I was thinking like the Goonies too.
That's coming.
People have been saying that was coming, and I thought, yeah, that's probably a good one, right?
Jay says Hocus Pocus needs a sequel.
No. Well, there's
A lot of people would like that though.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would.
That's really popular. Really
Full
popular.
Burst getting behind the Last Starfighter reboot.
So the Last
But
Starfighter.
there was a lot of talks about it, and then it just kind of like died. They stopped talking about possibly doing it.
Well, again, there's also been a lot of movies that have come out, and they've basically teased the sequel, but they've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Flash Gordon's one.
Yes.
That would have been a good sequel.
The John Carter, which I actually liked.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie. So that one could have gone
Was
to
it John Carter of Earth or something like that.
Mars. Right.
Mars.
Mm-hmm.
The one of my favorite ones, the original Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren.
I was gonna suggest that. I was like, yeah, Masters of the
I
Universe. I haven't seen that in forever.
They technically did reuse 90% of the script and the stuff for a movie called Cyborg.
Beastmaster 2 was a good sequel. They should have made a third.
Big Trouble in Little China, they also left open.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Spaceballs, they had a teaser at the end.
Buckaroo Banzai.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually,
I'm surprised they haven't done more
Banzai
Spaceballs, actually.
and Big Trouble in Little China originally had a link.
Yeah.
A scene that was cut out. Yes. Why do you hate those?
I don't know. I just hate all those campy, stupid movies that you watch.
Well, but you never like said and actually watched it.
No, I have.
No, you haven't.
I've been married to you since before cell phones. I just use them now.
Oh, you know, another one I'm gonna have to make Colleen watch that she'll hate. That should have had a sequel by now. Bubba Hotep.
Oh no, I can't watch Bubba Hotep. No, I draw the line there.
Come on, Bruce Campbell is.
Are there any of those like campy like Airplane? Did Airplane have a sequel?
Yeah. Yeah, Airplane had a sequel.
No, it didn't have a sequel.
Yeah, it did have a sequel.
Did?
Yes. Airplane did have a sequel.
I thought it did, right?
Yeah.
And then what are some of those other like super stupid campy movies that you like? With Val Kilmer. What's the one with Val Kilmer and he's like a spy or something?
Top Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That one could have had a sequel,
that
right?
That could have had a sequel. That would have been really fun to have that one as a sequel.
Could have had a sequel.
Real Genius?
Yeah. I know. I keep thinking of all these like campy. Sometimes it's the really campy movies and they leave it open, and you're like, please don't.
Well, the other thing with sequels, what do you think? While we're talking about sequels and stuff, when the person playing the lead character gets too old, and then the sequel's not viable, or they try and reboot it with somebody new, and it doesn't really work.
Yeah. So that makes me think, and it was one that I was going to bring up. I had looked forward to Independence Day for a really long time because I loved Independence Day, and Will Smith wasn't willing to do it, or for whatever reason, Will wasn't part of it, and it didn't work for me. It didn't. I would have taken Will.
A really bad script. That's probably why he didn't do it.
Yeah, but I would have taken Will older. Like, it wouldn't have bothered me, right? That it's been all this time, and they've been kind of vigilant, and they've been watching out. And so he's older, and maybe he's more like a colonel or something. But, yeah, I don't necessarily like that.
Hey, Pop Culture Geeker, you just pointed out that Airplane 2 was in space.
Yes, it was in space. Because they were on the shuttle.
I have to leave now. That's it. I'm taking off my mic. I'm out of here. Oh, my God.
Oh, this is another Val Kilmer one, The Saint.
Oh, that was actually a pretty good movie.
With Val Kilmer.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. That's where he wears all the disguises, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't like that one.
Yeah. But stuff like the Pink Panther, when they rebooted it with Steve Martin.
Yeah, but was it a reboot or was it a sequel?
Reboot.
It is a reboot.
Reboot, because Reboot, I'm definitely okay with it being other actors, but if they're calling it a sequel, like let's say they were going to do Bill and Ted's sequel, because they are doing Bill and Ted's sequel, but let's say the sequel, and they didn't have Keanu and that other dude, I'm sorry, other dude, but whatever your name is.
Because the thing with the Pink Panther is that the second last one Peter Sellers had died. And
Yeah.
they were reusing footage and stuff, and then they did one after that called Son of the Pink Panther, which was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, but then you do see some successful things like that if you think about like James Bond.
Yeah.
So we've gone through all of these different actors who are James Bond, who are 007.
But I think that's the only one that I can think of.
I'm trying to think if there's anything
but
else.
even what's his name came back old and did Bond.
Roger
Sean
Moore?
Connery.
Sean Connery. Sean Connery did do an older
he
Bond.
Came back as Bond again. Old.
Well, and see, I thought that was what they were trying to do with Crystal Skull for Indiana Jones. Was
Right.
I thought they were trying to pass the torch over to Shia LaBeouf and have him kind of be the new Indiana Jones. So then you've got, if you can do that kind of transition, right, where the actor comes in and they're older, and I would have liked that for Independence Day. So Will comes in, he's older, his son has grown up, you know, that you see at the beginning of the other Independence Day, that you see throughout that movie, and he's passing the torch. I would have taken that storyline much better.
Well, just like you liked it with Star Wars Episode 7, 8, 9, you like how they passed the torch.
Right, because they're passing the torch, and then the actors are there and they're older, right? And I like seeing that because then they're passing it on. So that's kind of a storyline that I actually personally enjoy, so maybe that's why.
You know what they could do with Indiana Jones? They could have Grizzly, they could do it like they did with the TV series, The Chronicles of Indy. You could have really old Harrison Ford sitting on a porch with his eye patch because he's lost an eye. And he could be sitting there telling his kids, remember when? And then have like Chris Pratt or something playing him.
And do like flashback scenes.
Do like a flashback one. And then it's like, oh look, there's a new actor. Do it like that.
Oh yeah, I haven't thought about that. That's not a bad way to do it too. Is to do it like you're remembering it when, and then it's somebody else playing that character. I could bite that if the script was good.
Yeah.
Right. If the script was good, I could bite that.
But again, some of them, like the Rambo ones, it's like Sylvester Stallone, he's too old now.
Okay, so Vincent loved the newest Rambo. I thought it was like Home Alone with more violence. It was, right? Come on, tell me that was...
It was awesome.
It was pretty good. But then, talking about Sylvester Stallone, there's one I thought of that he played in it that now it's like, I don't want to see one. Demolition Man.
Yes.
Because we all want to know about the 3 shells. But now it's like he's too old.
He's too old, yeah. It's missed the mark on that. It's missed its prime for that one. Yeah, no. Yeah, so Sly is like, no, yeah.
Well, and then you had Judge Dredd, because we're talking about Stallone. You have Judge Dredd, and then you have a rebooted Judge Dredd. But didn't you kind of want to see what happened after the first Judge Dredd?
Not really.
Not really. I felt like that just kind of wrapped it all up. I thought that was a single kind of, like, we're done. And
I liked the movie. I would have wanted to see more.
I liked that movie. I wasn't a fan of the reboot.
I like the reboot better.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked the comedic element of the first one. The second one, the reboot's very dark.
Yeah. Well, the
Like RoboCop?
The reboot is basically like the comic.
Right. The first one was
not.
RoboCop, I like the first one, and I like the second one. I didn't so much like the third one, and I didn't like the reboot.
Didn't like the reboot. Yeah, you hated the reboot, which is odd because you never hate anything. What about Mad Max?
Yeah, they were all good.
Really?
No, three was awful.
I liked Beyond the Thunderdome.
I liked Beyond the Thunderdome better than any of the other ones.
3 was bad.
I didn't like it. I didn't really like Mad Max. I thought they were pretty lame. I liked the reboot very much, and then they didn't do any of the other ones.
It's technically not a reboot. It's a continuation.
And he should know
Is it really
everything since he's from Australia.
Yeah, I should.
Brother.
And they haven't done anything else because George Miller's a pain in the butt to work with, and he's having money issues with Warner Brothers to get the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th one going. And the fact that he's 75 years old.
Well, so there's that.
But did you like the reboot? I liked the
I
reboot.
did. Well, and Stuart's saying it's not really technically a reboot. It's supposed to be a continuation of the universe.
Yeah. But did you like...
that Mad Max I did like. I've watched that one like 16
Yeah.
times. Yeah, I liked that one a lot. And I don't know if it's because of Charlize Theron. I think it's more because of...
Oh.
What's his face?
If David Bowie was still alive, A Return to Labyrinth, that's from Pop Culture Geekery.
That would probably be good. And I've been really satisfied because I wanted to see a return to the Dark Crystal. I wanted to see more from the Dark Crystal. And so I've been really satisfied with the show, getting to have the show. So I wonder, we didn't say anything in the title about prequels, but sometimes we have the need for that too. Like, that's what I'm liking about the Dark Crystal, is it's a prequel to what kind of happened to all of that. And I know people didn't like the Star Wars prequels. I actually did. I liked those. I know Stuart hated them. I really liked them.
Turn me off Star Wars. I totally against them.
Jay says Practical Magic and DM2. What's DM2?
When I think DM, that's Dungeon Master.
Danger Mouse?
Is there a Dungeon Master movie? There is, right? But I don't know that it's...
DM2. I don't know. Yeah. Let us know what you're talking about.
You know, I will say a Disney, because I'm a Disney geek. A Disney movie that I did like the second one of that we saw recently was The Maleficent. Yeah. I thought they did a really good job with that one.
They did a good job with the second one.
With the second one. So I think it depends on... And maybe, now that I think about it more, maybe like y'all said, the second ones are good, and then as we get further out from the story, it starts to fall apart.
Well, again, I think with the right writer and the right components, you could write a sequel for anything. But I think what happens is the budget's not there, or they try to change it too much, or they do something.
They do something.
It's like, some of these things are like awful, and you think, they shouldn't be awful. Alien 3 shouldn't have been as awful as it was. The Alien vs. Predators have all been awful. They should have just done like the comic, and the comic is just excellent. And those movies are just like,
No, didn't like any of them?
No, not really.
They were kind of meh.
They were kind of meh. They were.
The problem is I've read all the comics, so it's like, I could be having
What's
this.
the
I mean,
one...
I don't think you can go beyond Aliens.
Well, what's the one that's kind of the prequel to Alien? What was that one called?
Prometheus
or something. What did you think of that one? It was
that
meh.
was a little less meh.
But
kind
a little less meh.
A little mess
but
meh.
Again, it kind of reveals too much, and now we know everything. It's
Yes. Pop Culture Geezer says, did you ever see Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow in Sky Captain and the World Tomorrow? Yes, I did. That would have been made a good sequel too.
That's reminding me of another one of a Disney one, The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer, because that was reminding me of that too. The Rocketeer, and they had talked about doing that too, and it kind of just like fell off.
Kind of died, yeah.
But it would be cool to see him, like the same actor, older, still trying to be the Rocketeer and see what he's doing with that. Because it's been a while.
Are there any recent movies that you can think of? Like, I was thinking Aleta, because it ends, and she's there and she's like, I'm coming for you. So I don't want us to end the story there. Like, I want to see her journey to, like, get up there and get that guy. So that, for me, is one that I've been thinking...
What was that one that we saw? I Am Number 5 or something like that?
That's an animated one.
There's an I Am Number 4 where they have, like, powers.
It's I Am Number 4.
Yeah. So that's a book, and there's a book series.
Mm-hmm.
So that they could have definitely done.
Kept going with that.
But that movie, again, like Stuart was saying at the beginning, if these movies don't make a ton of money to begin with, they're not going to write a sequel for them.
Well, again, you think of some of the ones that have got so much source material out there, and they've not done all that much because the sequels haven't made money. It's like the greatest one of all is The Wizard of Oz. There is so much source material out there for that, and they've made what, three movies, four movies now?
Yeah.
And they've redone it how many times? But they just can't go and do more source material. Golden Compass is another classic one. They did one.
They did one.
That's
it. Well, and the other thing that sometimes these books that they turn into movies, there are several books in the series, but the movie adaptation is so terrible that they put off the book readers, and it's not good enough for the general audiences to like. Like, I know a lot of people that like Eragon.
There's a lot of things to think about when you're making a movie from a book, though.
You just follow the book.
Like,
people like the book.
Follow the book.
Should like the movie.
like Ready Player One is. Sorry.
Really?
As you start getting set.
Is we really gonna have to bring that up? Go ahead.
The ability to get all the licenses that would have been needed to make that movie would have been astronomical.
It's not about the licensing. It was about the storyline. They killed the storyline.
They killed the storyline because they couldn't get all the licensing.
You don't know that. They killed the storyline because they like to kill the storyline.
Don't you think?
No, I don't. They killed
Don't you think
they
if they
killed
were
the
able
essence
to-
of the story.
They killed the essence of the story because they couldn't get all the licenses to be able to tell the story that they needed to tell.
It's not about the licensing. It's about. No, it's not about the licensing.
Yes,
You've never
because
read the
there
book,
was
so you don't understand.
But you talked to me about the book, and you said some of the things that were in there, and they're key things that would have needed to be in there for the movie to work.
But the key things are about like the friendships between the players that come to end the game together, and the key thing is about this kid that was so into the 80s because of this other guy.
Yes,
that
that book was kind of geared towards us.
Yeah, maybe you should read it.
Read it.
Read it.
Read it.
Read it.
Yes, but the book was geared towards us and nostalgia, the nostalgia of it, and they couldn't give you that nostalgia. It wasn't going to work.
It wasn't the nostalgia that captured me. I'm just saying. And just like Eragon, again, I read those books. There were 4 of them. That's a great fantasy landscape, and fantasy is awesome in my opinion. Like a fantasy movie with dragons and stuff. What couldn't be better than that? And there's all kinds of battles and stuff. And they killed that movie.
What about the sequel that they're making for Dragonheart? They're making a new Dragonheart.
Didn't they have a second Dragonheart? Yes, they did.
Yes, they're making a third one.
I think they made a whole heap of them actually.
With
they're making a new one with like a new dragon.
Sean Connery's gonna be the voice, or no? That dragon's gone.
No, it's a female voice. Now.
That's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a different dragon.
Different dragon.
There have been 5 Dragonheart movies.
I only saw the first one.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the second one with the kids because they liked the first one so much.
But talking about Dragonheart and Dennis Quaid, what about Inner Space?
I've heard people say that they wish there was a sequel to Inner Space.
That would have been cool to have a sequel to Inner Space. It was Osmosis Jones.
It was Osmosis Jones, yeah. I was going to say that! You took my line! I was totally going to say that.
I'm taking Colleen's line.
I'm going to pout.
I was right there with you.
Talked about Ready Player One and then stole my line. This is not my day. I'm going to go to bed.
But I think also the problem now is the movie houses are looking for something to cash in on, and they've got nothing original anymore. So it's like, what worked well? Let's go back and do that. Because everything now is being...
Oh, I know. And now everybody's screaming like, oh, there's going to be a Beetlejuice sequel now.
Well,
and...
there was always supposed to be a Beetlejuice in Hawaii, but it just never happened.
Yeah.
It's like, and some of them it's like Tron. There was always meant to be a Tron sequel.
Yeah.
And it came out and everyone went,
well,
and there was supposed to be a third one, and I was like, But a lot of them now, it's like, I don't understand why some of them are coming back after all this time. It's like...
Yeah, like, I don't get the whole Bill and Ted's thing. Like, I love Bill and Ted's,
that might work because of...
It's gonna work because our generation is gonna want to
Well, and because they can time travel, right? So it doesn't matter that they're older, and let's just see what the CGI is like. I'm curious to see what the CGI is like if we're gonna see them younger, you know?
Well, there is problems with time travel movies. They can completely screw things up, i.e. Terminator, which I never want to see another Terminator movie.
Well, what did you think of
I haven't watched that newest one.
What did you think of the Walmart commercial where you saw Bill next to younger Bill?
Well, yeah, and that commercial was what was making me think that they need to do the CGI well, or it's not. I'm not going to buy it, right? It's not going to resonate if they don't do the CGI well. So that's, I think, going to be imperative to do.
So what did you think of the CGI in Star Wars
with Carrie Fisher?
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job. Yeah, I did. So again, I think it depends I don't know. I'll have to see. Some of these sequels that have come out way after the movies. It's hard because Avatar,
because
they were supposed to do a second
they
Avatar
show her
too.
in Rogue One, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Young.
And it's not very good CGI.
Not very good.
No.
Yeah, not great.
It's not very believable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jay says Incredibles 2 was good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was good. We waited
a
a long time for that one, and that one was pretty good. Yeah.
I like that one. There's a ton of stuff that I would think I would make
into a second movie.
Second movie.
Yeah, see some of them.
Condor Man.
No.
That was I love that car.
What is with him and these stupid cars?
Cars are awesome.
See, some of the sequels do work with the more time. Like Coming to America 2 might work very well with the big time lapse.
Why? What do we think is going to happen? Like he's gotten divorced and he's got to come to America and find another bride,
or he's got kids.
He's got kids and the kids have got to do it. So again, if we're putting the kids out there, we're letting the parents pass the torch or whatever. That could be okay.
But then stuff like since Eddie Murphy finally Beverly Hills Cop 4, but it's like it's been too much.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It's like Beverly Hills Cop 4. Lethal Weapon.
676.
Beverly Hills Cop. The Beverly Hills Cops were great.
What was another?
I didn't hate any of them.
What was another one? That my son and I were just watching. Police Academy.
Oh yeah. No, they started getting bad towards the end.
They
were awful.
They started getting bad from the first one.
No, 3 is really good.
Really?
3 is really good. 3 is the pinnacle of Police Academy movies.
Didn't they do like a million Revenge of the Nerds too?
3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4, right? 4. Too much. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm trying to think of like all the movies. We've seen a ridiculous amount of movies. So I'm trying to think of all the movies like that I'd want to see. Or that I have seen that I'd want to see like a sequel to.
Well, again, in your little fertile mind, you can do just about anything.
I could come up with all kinds of stuff. And I like sometimes I like girly movies though. Girly movie.
Do a girly movie sequel.
Do a girly movie sequel.
Gem 2.
No.
Oh, no.
That totally missed the mark whatsoever.
Oh, you know what, though? Speaking of that, I actually did like, and you don't disagree with me, but you're gonna. I liked the new Power Rangers, and I was hoping they would do some more in that franchise.
Yeah.
I liked that little teenagey, breakfast clubby kind of thing they had going on. I would have loved to have seen a second one of those. I would have watched that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But again, I think it didn't make enough money.
Didn't make enough money.
So the studios went, no.
They went, Power Rangers 2 or some kind of Marvel character 2, 3,
or
4,
Fast
and 7.
And Furious.
Okay. Or Fast and the Furious.
No. Fast and Furious spin-off. With all girls.
Hobbs and Shaw.
They're doing an all-girls.
An all-girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because girl power.
Yeah.
Because we can't think of anything original for girls, so let's just remake all the things. I was so disappointed in, like, the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. But we're not talking about reboots. We're just going to talk about sequels.
What about, like, Oceans? What was it? Oceans?
That one was good.
That was alright.
That one was good. But that's not necessarily a sequel either. That's like a reboot, right?
No.
Or is it kind of technically a sequel?
Technically a sequel.
It's in the same universe as we all call it now.
Well, it's like after.
Yeah. Oh shoot! I just thought of one and then I lost it when we were talking about all those things. Dagnabbit. I don't remember now. Sometimes you derail me, honey. And I'm like talking about something and then you take me over here and I'm like, wait, what road was I on? I forgot. Where was that?
What about a sequel to the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
Yeah,
I hated.
Pretty good.
No, they were all stupid. I liked the other ones from back in the day, but not these new ones.
What's my son? He hates the Nickelodeon ones. He likes the ones that were like from the 2000s, and he hates the old ones. So whichever one you grow up with.
It's whichever one you grow up with. Well, I liked it, and people thought the Ninja Turtles had too many sequels, and I liked all of those.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends.
I think by the third one they'd run out of ideas.
I liked them.
Yeah.
Maybe just because I like those characters.
Yeah.
Some of the like comedy movies too. I really liked Spy with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Those characters would have been really funny to bring back because it's like a James Bond-ish type thing, so you can do several missions.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I thought those would be funny.
I think that would be great.
And I'll watch anything with The Rock and Kevin Hart. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people. CIA, I would watch them do that again.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah, I thought they would do another one of those. So,
I'm ready for the next Jumanji.
yeah, you know what? I thought I was
like
gonna
this.
hate
Yeah.
the first one. Liked it. Thought, really, are we really gonna do a second one? Really liked it. So yeah, I mean, I think sometimes the actors just mesh really well together, and so I'll take it.
Movie,
Yeah. Which I think is why people like Lethal Weapon, because there's just something about them acting against one another that really works out for us. So when they find that combination, sometimes you'll take the sequel, even if the storyline's not like great.
Even though they tried to do a show about it and didn't do very well.
But it's not those actors.
It's not those actors. You can't
always replicate the chemistry.
I don't know, I like the TV show.
Do you like the TV show? Well, we haven't watched it, so I don't know.
Well, it's not even the same two anymore, right?
I changed it.
They've changed it again.
Oh, I'll have to bring that over and you'll have to watch it.
I have to watch it. Oh shoot, there was another one I was thinking of. I am just really on a roll today. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
More Harry Potter.
No, I'm done with Harry Potter.
No,
Yeah,
I actually love the Harry Potter, the Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. I would watch anything that's in that Harry Potter universe.
See them older.
But that's going to happen.
Yep.
They are older now. Let's do that.
Yep, let's do that. Let's do
that,
and their
and
kids.
I think that would do really well.
Yeah, I think it would. I mean, those of us that are into Harry Potter are diehard, so.
We all learned that with Star Wars. We can do that.
That's right.
It kind of works.
It works, and we like it. We like it a lot. So, but I think Stuart is right. I think if you think about it enough, especially for current ones, because the actors are still, although, let's be really honest, I'm not sure about Jurassic Park. The reboots, the sequels to the reboots.
I don't know. I think we all finally just want to see the dinosaurs take over the Earth and cause major destruction and eat a whole heap of people.
Yes.
Especially all the annoying kids. If that happens, happy.
But
Good.
Isn't that what they're kind of like doing now with the stuff that they're proposing?
I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's where they're heading.
I think that's where they're heading.
I think it's just going
to for the last Jurassic Park that they did.
Painting themselves into a corner. You've got the one where the dinosaurs take over the Earth, and then they have dinosaurs in space. That's it. That's the only place you've got to go.
That's the only place.
I'm serious.
Yes, because now they've taken the embryos and stuff into the International Space Station.
Well, you've just got to get bigger and bigger again, like other sequels that should have been.
And they're
made.
going to put them on Mars.
Well, that's where you go. I.e., you do the Snake Plissken movies, Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and then he was supposed to escape from Earth. And then once that one was done, Escape from Mars.
Escape from Mars.
But they did that movie already. They just called it something.
Called it Total Recall?
No. It's actually a John Carpenter movie. He just reused the script because what's his name was too old, and they just couldn't
do it anymore. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not down for sequels unless we really have the original actors in them in some capacity.
But they get too old. It's like, who wants to see another Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert
England?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought what's his name did a really good job.
He did.
Jackie Earl Haley
He
did
did.
a really good
I
job.
think he did.
He did.
It's not what everybody thinks of as Freddy, but he was his own Freddy.
Yeah.
I thought he was a good Freddy.
But then you have stuff like Chucky and Mark Hamill, who's a wonderful voice actor, and he was just awful in that. It's like, don't have Michael Dorn, just forget about it.
Yeah.
And horrors, you get a lot of sequels because they're cheap to make and you can have a quick turnaround, and
Right.
that's
right.
why we've kind of rebooted the Saw movies again.
They need
Yeah,
to
I'm
make
not okay with
another Guyver. The Guyver. They need to make another. Oh God, it's in the same.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but yeah, definitely the Guyver needs to be made again.
I liked the 28 days late. It was like 28 days later, and
Yeah,
then
28
28
weeks
weeks later. I would
Yeah,
love to
those-
see
those
like
were good.
28 months later.
They were
Yeah.
supposed to do that too, but
Yeah.
again, I think licensing problems.
Because those were good, and
That would
they
be
could have kept up
28
with it.
years later.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Just calm down. I don't think we
Like
go
two
back.
people left, and everybody else is zombies.
Oh, speaking of zombies, Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
I want to see another Shaun of the Dead. Yes, if they would do that, that would be awesome. I would love to see another Shaun of the Dead.
That would be
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of sequels.
Yeah. I really liked it. So, if y'all don't have any more, we have a lot going. We could probably go a whole hour for this because there's a lot of movies that we've
But
seen.
we're not allowed to do that
But we're
anymore.
not allowed to do that. But thanks for checking us out. If you haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe to
tell
us
your
and hit that
friends.
notification bell, and you'll be notified whenever we go live or we post a video. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen, and that's Stuart over there.
Geek out, I say.
You gotta say. Too bad. Too late.
Best post-apocalyptic film. I mean, Matrix is like 100 years.